life, and I'm still here riding. And I think that, obviously TT's been here 107 years, and I think me and my dad have been coming here more than half of that. So it's amazing. It's a very long time.
Of course, Tony sadly passed away in 2020 during COVID, and there were touching scenes before the senior with his son Michael taking part in an emotional parade of their machinery here over the years. Fitting tribute to two heroes of TT history, but today was all about writing the next chapter. Let's get out to Grace on the grid.
Yeah, we're down here on the grid for the Senior TT for 2024, and I'm joined by Her Royal Highness Princess Beatrice. It's lovely to have you here on the grid with us. Is the TT like any other sporting event that you've been to before?
I really don't think so. I'm a huge motorsport fan. And I've really been so excited actually to see. This is my first time at a bike race, and I've been really excited to see like just how special the TT, and they really do make such an effort to bring it to life. And it's been such a moment, I think, of the community to really come together. And it's been going for so many years. I mean, it's incredible. So I'm really happy to be here for the day.
It's absolutely wonderful to have you here. Thank you so much for speaking to us. It's really busy down here on the grid. Ian Hutchinson, which we'd love to grab a word with you. We've not managed to speak to you much this week. How's your TT24 going, mate?
Been avoiding you for different reasons. Yeah, to be honest, it's I'm quite happy with how it's gone since the stroke. Obviously, the very first practice was like really weird to ride round here. We'll just chip away, and I'm happy enough to know that I can come back next year and race.
Great to hear. Well, we'll let you get you ready, but it's great to hear that you'll be back next year, and we love seeing you back out on the bike, Hutchie. Good luck.
Thank you.
Dean Harrison has just walked into the shot, so you've got to say hello now.
Hello, how you doing? Sorry, I was looking for my helmet and my gloves just to make sure they're here on time, so just sort of get a few final bits prepped for the... I want to change the visor, so the sun's a little bit low, so I'm just going to have a bit of a change, and then I think it'll be alright.
Cheers for that, Dean. Good luck.
Sorry about that.
Taking the #1 spot, which we usually see, is the legend that is John McGuinness. John, can I quickly give you the microphone to say a few words of what you would like to say, actually? You're about to set off for #1 in the Senior TT for 2024. How are you feeling?
Yeah, last ball out. Just want to be safe, want to enjoy. Conditions look fantastic. I can only go as fast as I can go. If I get in the top 6, I'll be over the moon.
Well, I'm sure we'll see you there. Good luck for it, John.
Thank you, guys.
Brilliant to hear from him. Right, that is the grid for the Senior TT 2024. We'll be watching from down here, but for now, let's get to the commentary box.
One last dance on the Isle of Man for the 2024 TT. It is senior time around this classic, legendary course. 37.73 miles. Yes, it's 4 laps, not 6 this year, thanks to the weather complications, but it is still the greatest challenge in motorsport. 150.92 miles flat out. The legend John McGuinness leads us off with the #1 on the bike. Here comes his teammate Dean Harrison. 3 times a TT winner. He's got quicker a week. Last time he won the senior was in 19. He hasn't had a win this week. Can he take that extra step today? Off down Bray Hill he goes. Michael Dunlop, 29 wins for this week. This could be a record-breaking day for him if he can take the senior today. He was miles in front earlier on in the week in the Superbike race until that visor problem robbed him of a win. That was Brooks off the line, and now Davey Todd, been flying all week long, took that first TT win. He'd love to take another one today, but it is a big ask against this competition. He tucks in and heads down Bray Hill. And of course, behind him will be coming Peter Hickman, the number 10, 14 wins, only one this week, but we know how good he is on senior day.
This is incredible ingredients for an absolute epic battle in this 4-lap senior this year, Andrew. You could not pick a winner out of this. We talked about the big three heading into this year's TT. Now with Davey Todd on the scene, it is the big four. It could go to any of them.
It's fascinating, isn't it? Absolutely enticing as a spectacle for everybody. Beautiful weather to finish off this TT. Been tough for the riders, Cam. This is their third race today. Of course, they had a day off in between. They're all going to want this one more than any other race this week.
If they don't make it count now, they've got to wait a year to do it again. Oh, Davey Todd coming off Balagary, crossed up on the gas. You can see how hard he's pushing it, Andrew. These riders will not win this race in the first sector, but they could certainly lose it, so they need to push absolute maximum from the get-go.
Harrison on the Honda. Harrison had that incredible run of 10 podiums, which ended when he missed it in Super Stock, I think it was, wasn't it? Now he's on the Super Bike and he's looking great through Gorsley.
A bike he's been riding quite successfully in British Championship of late, so he should know this machine.
Hickman, can he get another one here? He's so good on senior day. It's like something extra comes from Pete Hickman on senior day. He'll be pushing like mad to try and get it. And Dunlop, of course, was so fast the other day. He was so far up the road that that's got to be on everyone's mind. Will he do the same again and just check out?
Checking out Davey Todd, he was checking out the Rectorsil Vale, leaving only inches between him and the edge of the road. That's fifth gear, first lap, no siding lap. Incredible.
It is incredible, isn't it? Here comes Hickman through Gorsley as well. And we switch to the onboard.
I know Pete hasn't been as strong as he would like to be, especially in Super Sport and some of the other classes, but he always builds strength towards the end of the week, and it's the senior where he usually comes out and shows us his best.
It was 4 wins apiece between Hickman and Dunlop last year. So, look at the water on the exit of Glen Helen. They were wrong about that at the Matrix board in the start area, but it's quite significant, Cam. And obviously with the extra horsepower now on these compared to Super Twin earlier, just got to be a bit careful on the exit.
Yeah, absolutely. Slick tyres, camber running away, and a heck of a lot of horsepower. Now these machines all putting out well in excess of 200 at the rear tyre.
Brooks into the left-hander, a little bit of flames as he rolls off the throttle. Dunlop leads by 1.3 from Harrison, but of course we're waiting for Todd to come through, and he's 2.3 up the road.
Davey Todd, he is marked his intentions. This is an incredible first sector aboard that Milwaukee BMW Superbike. Peter Hickman,
a tenth quicker. Wow, so Hickman and Todd are pushing. We knew Todd was pushing hard from the Gorsley, how wide he ran on the exit Gorsley. But Hickman is a tenth ahead of him, so this is on.
It is game on. Rear-facing camera, Ian Hutchison. There is James Healy, Michael Dunlop. Okay, we've got a trio on road.
Dunlop makes a move, trying to get alongside there, side by side, rolled off just to make a bit of space.
Passing between the top and bottom of the Garrow is not for the faint-hearted.
And he passes Hutchinson as well, so Dunlop is being decisive. He's siding through the traffic there. And you have to say, taking some risks as well, Cam. So we know at the front here what's the gap between. There's less than 4 seconds between the top 4 at the moment.
Well, Michael's got no choice but to push. None of these riders that want to be in contention with times being this close, including James Hillier, as he makes his way on past Hutchie on the run down into Kirk Michael.
Dunlop showing intent here, but 2.3 off. He was so quick, as you said, in the Superbike race.
Well, okay, now we've got the 2 BMWs on road. Josh Brooks, he's been caught by Davey Todd now. How long before Davey Todd can get past Josh? Because he's not snoozing, and that will not be easy, both on extremely quick motorcycles.
He needs to get through, doesn't he? He doesn't want to get held up, as you say. Passing fast riders is hard.
And you see Pete Hickman's got clear road ahead. Can he make tracks? Well, he's got that clear road.
Looking back from Brooks at Todd now. Todd closing in. Is he going to pull a slipstream here? He's rough, tight behind, but nowhere to go into the left-hander. Has to wait.
You can already see the amount of bugs on Brooks's visor there, and also on the screen of the bike.
He's fully tucked in. Where is Todd? Todd is still behind, so he can't find a way through just yet. Cam, where's he going to go?
Well, we're at the end of Solby. Is he going to have a look up? Oh, wow. Oh, Ginger Hall inside. You don't often see passes being made there as well, but Davey Todd has no choice. He needs to get through.
Brooks sounded like he rolled off on the exit there. Now, whether he ran over the crest of the road and ran a bit wide, or whether he was letting Todd through, either way, he waited a long time on the throttle on the exit. Ramsey hairpin, through comes Harrison. John McGuinness 12 back. We need to wait for our contenders to come through.
Dean Harrison is slipping in on that second of the official Hondas that just went through Ramsey hairpin.
Here comes Dunlop now. He's about to trip that timing line. Let's see where he is in comparison to Harrison. And he leads. But remember, Hickman and Todd behind were up the road. So he's gapped Harrison by 5.4. Here comes Davey Todd.
Sounded like Michael got a lot of wheel spin on the way up to the hairpin there. He must be pushing that Honda very, very hard. If he's got pit signals already, he knows that he's got time to make up.
Todd 5.9 in front. So Todd is 5.9 up on Dunlop. That's outrageous. Here comes Hickman. Is Hickman still going to be leading? Because he was a 10th up on Todd. We know Todd's on it. Of course, he did have that little bit of traffic trying to pass a moment ago, and Hickman leads by 2.6.
Oh, Andrew, we have an epic on our hands as the BMW freeze flames.
Here's a look at Hickman. How hard is he trying to set these times?
Yeah, and you can see him repeating again. Oh, Green Cullen, magnificent. He's got clear road ahead. He needs to keep pushing, getting away while those other riders are tripping each other up.
McGuinness is up at the bungalow, and we await our split time. So, Todd versus Hickman. Harrison in there, Dunlop 2. Dunlop not on the pace maybe he was on the other day, Cam. Not quite, but it's early days, only lap 1.
That is. I've seen Michael push so hard from the get-go in most of the races this week. I'm sure this hasn't been the start that he would have liked.
We ride on board with Hickman as he heads up onto one of his favourite sectors, over the mountain. He's so good up here.
Yep, he's used his tear-offs already, and he's still got a lap and a half to go.
Yeah, pit stop, remember, at the end of lap 2 where they'll take the fuel on board. Here's Dunlop.
Oh, something wrong with that bike.
His
clutch is slipping.
More like clutch slip.
Yeah, it certainly does, and that's what, as we see Davey Todd making quick work of James Hillier on the way into Windy Corner. Davey Todd, this young man is on a mission. He's had a taste of victory this week in the super stock class. He said how similar
Michael Dunlop's clutch was slipping.
Sorry to interrupt, Dunlop. The yellow flag is out, and he
Clutch
raises his arm
blew on his clutch out.
From the senior TT. So Dunlop has gone 10. We thought we heard something at the exit of the hairpin. We definitely heard something at the exit of the bungalow. He will not make it 30 this week. He's going to have to wait until next year.
Clicked
With
his
less than
clutch.
a lap already done, one of our top 4 favourites is out.
Yeah, down to 3 again. Hickman coming past here, passes Ian Hutchinson on the run down to Cragney Bar. You will have seen the line that Davey Todd laid down on the exit of the Craig just a moment ago. Oh, Hickman's wide too. If you're in any doubt how hard they're trying, yeah, Dunlop's gone. But this is going to be a scrap right the way to the end of the 4 laps. As we see Harrison past McGuinness, it'll be Harrison leading on the road for lap 2.
Here we go, here's the red bike, here's the Milwaukee machine coming down. I can see Hickman coming there. Flipping again. I can't see him. Josh and Hillier both together. Now you've seen over the mountain section how tough it is down there to flipping make-up time when you catch somebody up with Dave. Here you go, here's Hickey. Did you see that? A little bit of a wave down there, not quite stable. That's how hard that boy's pushing, that's what it means to him.
Hickman then leads by 2.6 seconds from Davey Todd at the end of lap 1. Welcome back to the Milwaukee Senior TT. That is Dean Harrison that you ride on board with, the number 3 Honda. Here comes Davey Todd, who is 2.6 seconds behind Pete Hickman.
They've started their second lap. The bikes will be about 10 kilos lighter, less fuel load, tyres are scrubbed in, and they've warmed up now. They're well and truly into this race.
Hickman on board, sits up, flies on the visor cam set already. He doesn't have any tear-offs left. Oh, and he's still pushing hard. 2 times a winner, of course, in the last 2 years. He's looking to make it a triple of seniors, which would be a pretty incredible achievement. Here is McGuinness on the number 1 Honda. That's the exit of Gorsley.
Davey Todd, he's not going to let Pete have it all. He's his own way. He is charging. But I'll tell you what, Pete is doing his best to stamp his authority on this race early. He wants that senior trophy again.
Yeah, check out, get yourself a little bit of a gap. Can he wind it in a bit, on the second 2 laps? At this rate, definitely not. Todd is not giving him anywhere nearly enough breathing space. Hickman through the right-hander, of course, Lee again. Very quick through there. Harrison is up into Glen Helen. Look at that. Picked up a bit of understeer in the middle of the corner there, Cam. It just pushed a bit wide.
Yeah, had to stand it up a little bit, just taking extra caution over that wet section. Of course, we see the lack of adhesion tag there being displayed to the riders just to remind them of what they're about to encounter.
They've seen that most of the week, haven't they, with the mixed weather conditions. There's the Davy Todd line, standing the bike up before the white line, feeling the throttle on a little bit differently.
He seems so at home on this Milwaukee BMW. As I said, he's doing very well in British Superstock Championship, and this Superbike is not that different a machine.
I tell you what, Josh Brooks is having a good run here, Cam, as well, as we ride with Hickman.
Pete Hickman's teammate Josh Brooks, incredibly talented rider, had his first podium here at the TT in the Super Twin race last year. Has been struggling a little bit with a few issues this week. Was strong in the Superbike race, 5th quickest at the end of practice, but threw a chain in that Superbike race.
He's 3.9 up on this man, Dean Harrison, at the minute. So Brooks is ahead of Harrison. Harrison through the bottom of Macau. And now Todd coming through. Oh, he's on a push. So impressive through that section, it really is.
Josh Brooks looking back, and then looking forward, bottom of Macau. Kirk Michael, Dean Harrison, he passed John McGuinness, his teammate, across the start-finish line. John hasn't lost that much ground. Riding well this year. Had a podium in the Superstock race at the Northwest 200. Coming into this event, he never ride off the 23 times TT winner.
No, he absolutely cannot. He is a legend of this island. More than 100 starts, remember. Davy Todd. Oh, my goodness me. Look at the attitude in Hickman as well.
Now it's Peter Hickman's turn to encounter traffic. He's caught James Hillier. He needs to get past. He's leading this race. He cannot waste a second, though, because Davy Todd, Josh Brooks, Dean Harrison, they're all on the hunt.
Yeah, they certainly are, particularly Todd, as we know. And Hickman has just taken 4 seconds off him in that last sector. It was 3.9. It's up to 8.3 at Balathbridge, and this is why.
Look at that slow motion shot, just wrestling that FHO BMW out of Ballygarry, elbows in, chest on the tank, and flying.
So Hickman then up to 8.3. That could just break Davy Todd here once he sees his next pit board and finds out how big the gap is.
Sean Anderson, another rider going very well this year and in contention for a top 10 finish. Back to Mike Brown aboard the RSV Aprilia, also set personal best this week. And then, of course, our Manx ace, Nathan Harrison, on the other official Honda entry. But this is the man of the moment. Pete Hickman, 135.5 mile an hour from a standing start. He's on lap record pace heading into the first pit stop.
This is where he has his pit board at the side of the road. Ginger Hall into... Oh, he's dropped it!
Down!
Hickman's dropped it!
Oh, my goodness.
The bike goes down the road. Where is he? Is he okay? Oh, but someone just missed the bike as well. They've come round. The engine's still running. And finally, it's cut. Where's Pete Hickman?
This is unbelievable. Leading the senior TT.
He's
up
okay.
on his feet.
He's okay. That's the most important thing. But he was leading the senior TT. He goes to the side of the road. As I look back at the bike, and you can see there, he's so disappointed. Wow, Cam.
We ride on board with James Hillier. He's about to hit the scene of the accident, and he will have no idea. It's completely blind entry as you pass the Ginger Hall pub. Oh, goodness, look. Bike sliding up the road, Peter sliding up the road, and he threads a high-speed needle.
Brilliant job by him to miss both, obviously, particularly Pete. This is the onboard with Hickman. Watch this.
Lost the back end.
Hard or salty bridge and then rolls the throttle. Oh, as he turns into the left-hander past the Ginger Hall, and he's just lost it. Bounce off the bank as James Hillier flies past. Both those riders so lucky.
Fantastic that Hickman is okay, but he is out. Look at the splits. He was the leader by 8.3 at Balathbridge, but he's now gone. Harrison shows the leader, but it won't be. It's going to be Davy Todd, and I think Todd's going to come through here, Cam, with something like a 20-second lead over Josh Brooks. Hickman goes back to the bike. Surely he's not going to try and carry on. He stands the big BMW up. Is he just getting it out the way? Oh, look at him, he's sweating.
Wow, pushes the bike off the road.
What a
Any of other
legend.
competitors.
What a
That's
legend.
what riders do here at the TT. We look out for ourselves, but you're always looking out for your competition as well. Marshals are quick to be on the scene, checking he's all right. Back to this man. Davey Todd now leading senior TT. Josh Brooks now running in second. Andrew, we are losing a favourite per lap. This is an absolutely epic senior TT race.
It is, and I think we're going to have a new senior winner. Remember that Hickman's won the last two, Harrison won the one pre-COVID in 2019. Todd only took his first TT victory earlier this week. He'd have been happy with one, but of course he's done it. He was in that fight. It was him that's made Hickman push that hard because he was there with him. So he deserves this opportunity, but we're not even halfway yet.
And there's the man that's no stranger to the feeling of winning a senior, Ian Hutchinson, aboard the Malenko by Paget Honda, back with the team that he set those records with, as we see Julian Trummer.
And that's Erno Costano just in behind him. And now we're back up with Dean Harrison. He's on the run up to Bungalow Camp.
And I wonder if he knows the position changes that have happened while he's riding his race. Peter Hickman, meanwhile, is probably just coming to terms with the fact that he's seen a potential senior TT victory slip between his fingers. Meanwhile, his teammate, Josh Brooks, is now nipping at the heels of his first senior podium.
Yeah, he's elevated to P2. He's 19 seconds off, so he's going to have to really go for it if he wants to try and close Todd down. I mean, Todd's going to be in for a big surprise when he sees his pit board and sees the size of the lead that he's got. Here comes Brooks in that podium position now.
Does look good on the bike in this race. Looks at one with that BMW. Both Josh Brooks and Davey Todd riding so well at this year's TT and really establishing themselves as future winners.
So you're with Todd now. Remember, we're coming towards the end of lap 2. Cam, this is the point at which around 2/3 of the way round that you start to feel the rear going off a bit. We've already spoken about how high horsepower these machines are, and we have already seen some drama in the pit. So people are going to be looking for clean stops.
Sean Anderson, Suzuki Mounted, still being followed by Mike Brown. Those riders 6th and 7th, that pairing never ran so high in a senior race before. They would be thrilled.
Yeah, Mike Brown's only a second off the pace of John McGuinness on the factory Honda. Meanwhile, Davey Todd coming closer and closer. Could he take a senior win in the same week that he took his first ever TT win? I mean, it's just the dream, isn't it? But that pressure will mount, and a big lead. It's still, there is a long, long way to go. We see Harrison coming down to the Cregney bar.
There's certainly a long way to go. We've already seen what's happened in the first lap and 3/4. Look at the crowd. They are witnessing an incredible battle here as Dean Harrison drives off that turn, Cregney bar, down to one of the fastest sections of the course, nudging 200 miles per hour into Brandish.
Absolutely fantastic. Todd following him through. He's coming up to probably the most crucial point in the race. There's his board. He knows he's plus 19. He knows the pit stop needs to be clean. Cam, this is the team that you rode with in 2008. The boys are still on the back wheel. The pressure's going to be on for them big time.
I certainly will. There's as much pressure on that pit crew as there is the riders. But I tell you, the experience that Lee and Denver have had, they haven't stopped on pit stops since they were working with me 10 plus years ago.
Hopefully this one will be absolutely bang on for them. There's your leaderboard, Kronkimona. Remember, Todd and Brooks of the previous split at Bungalow, that's how it stands. 19 seconds between them. Here is Davey Todd. He's still trying hard as he comes through the left-handers. And Kronkimona coming up towards signpost.
As a rider now, your attention starts to turn to what you've got to encounter. You're coming out, it's not a flying lap. You've got to break at that absolute latest moment, but not too late, because you can't break the speed limit down pit lane. Have to get that limiter on and knock it down to below 60 kilometres an hour.
All to play for here.
Now don't forget, only one pit stop. This is the first pit stop of the day, so everybody's not very fresh in the pit lane, of course. We can see in the distance there, look, here we go, Dean Harrison coming in. He's running down to his pits. He won't have a clue what's going on, I wouldn't imagine, or not the severity of it. He's pulled in just past us, just going through his pit stop there. He has a helmet change. I'm not sure why. Looking back up pit lane, John McGuinness coming in. Hey, listen, if he got on the podium, the crowd would go mental. Here he is, here's Toddy, he's the leader coming in. He's pulled up, just on the line there, no problem, everything seems okay, seems quite relaxed. We've got Josh Brush coming in, that'll be a mega podium if he gets on there, and good for the team. Toddy Zeller is just getting a new visor put on by Stu Millington. The guys are cleaning the front of the bar. Obviously, there's quite a few flies. They're cleaning the screen as well as a new rear Metzler going in. James Hillier coming in the bits, just flicking his visor up. He's on the pit lane limiter. Toddy's there off, and then the boys will be filling him in, letting him know exactly what's happened and what he needs to do for the last 2 laps. It's going to be the longest 2 laps of his life, believe me, I've been there. When you're riding around feeling every vibration, everything going on the bike. Here we go, back in gear, no problem this time. Not like the last 2 quarter races, getting out the pit lane on his own, running down, and away he goes out there. Pit lane limiter off, rock and roll. Hopefully to some bit of glory. John McGuinness going straight out after him. You can see the boys in pit lane. There's Brooks, look, away he goes. I really hope that man does get on the podium. He's out the pit lane, no problem. He's had a bit of a push. Oh dear.
Off the pit lane limiters then, and back onto the rev limiters. 2 laps to go. Welcome back to the Milwaukee Senior TT 2024. Davey Todd, this man leads, and the crowd are egging him on as he exits Corsley with a near 20-second lead. Can he take his first ever senior win? The same event he's taken his first TT win earlier on.
Rear-facing camera, John McGuinness. That's Josh Brooks by the looks of it, closing that gap in. Come through this section. These are the fastest bikes to race around the TT course. Absolutely fire-breathing super bikes. They are so hard to hang on to. They are so physical. The cameras just don't do it justice.
Nathan Harrison, the third factory Honda rider, is in the pits.
25-year-old Manxman made his TT debut in 2022. Missed last year with injury. Back again with a big future in this event.
Mike Brown howls away on the V4 out of Quarter Bridge as Dean Harrison, first on the road, encounters those wet patches again. A little bit more careful this time round.
Yeah, when you've got a fresh rear tyre on as well.
How long does it take for the rear to come in after the stop?
To be honest, it's only a couple of turns. They haven't wasted any time beating the tyre in. But it's something you've got to contend with as a rider.
Todd showing us 37 up the road, but that's because this man hasn't come through. Josh Brooks is in behind John McGuinness and needs to dispatch him fairly swiftly. You know, I think we know at 20 seconds back this is now about really how Todd manages that lead, but still, where is it going to be?
Waiting for the second drop.
We're not going to see it this time round. Still in P2 though, and still in behind John McGuinness. The teams will be telling them, won't they, to McGuinness shifting up early again. The light's so low as well. This is the latest we've seen the senior for a long time. 6 p.m. race start.
Yeah, conditions are prime though. Apart from that sun glare, it's nice and dry. It's cool. A little bit of warmth in the tarmac.
Look at the movement in the rear. We've said it numerous times this week, but you just don't appreciate the bumps around this place unless you get to have a little drive around it, little ride around it, whipping around, taking around the car several times, and it is bumping. Working so hard, it's so physically hard on the riders and the machines.
Brooks is through on McGuinness now, and he'll have his head down just trying to set into the groove. For both these riders out in front, Davey Todd, Josh Brooks with a gap. These will be the longest couple of laps they've ever ridden around the TT course, just counting off the corners, counting off the sectors.
Harrison is still 9 back on Brooks. Actually closer than he was, and Cam. Now because Brooks' stop wasn't very good. It was about 5 seconds slower, and we spotted an issue on the exit.
Yeah, he definitely lost some time in the pit stop. Looked like one of the mechanics had a towel sort of tangled around his arm or the back of the bike. They have that towel on the fuel tank for refueling as the fuel sprays out of the fuel cap. As they overfill these tanks, they have to have an absolute brimming tank to complete the 2 laps.
Yeah, lucky that didn't get caught in the sprocket. It did 1 lap of the tyre for sure before it was whipped off by a very quick thinking mechanic, and that's going to potentially give Brooks his first podium in the senior, which is an incredible achievement. He only got his first podium at all here last year.
Rob Hodgson on the SMT Honda in a brilliant 10th position at the moment.
And Nathan Harrison continues. He is P7, about 28 behind Mike Brown, but a good 12 seconds up on Paul Jordan at the splits.
I'll tell you what, Andrew, for his limited experience around this course on a big bike, really riding with a lot of maturity.
That's Sean Anderson on the 18. You just saw a quick flash off through Kurt Michael. And now we're with Dean Harrison as he begins to climb up towards the mountain section. From Ramsey through Stella Maris.
Oh, he's pushing on hard. He knows that anything can happen. He's already seen two of the favourites drop out. He is still one of the favourites in this race. He cannot be discounted. But this is the man at the moment that he's trying to chase.
Todd's got Harrison in his sights, hasn't he? Which is incredible, really. Harrison started third. Obviously, Todd started eighth on the road. So he's closed up a fair old gap on him.
Without doubt, this is the hardest I've ever seen Josh Brooks push around the TT course. But looking smooth as you like, but he knows the race is on.
And John McGuinness was talking before this event about how he's done 50,000 plus miles around this course, which is a couple of times around the world on the TT course. Incredible. And here it is, the run up the mountain. 1.5-ish laps to go for Davey Todd with a 20-second lead. The team will have told him what to do at the pit stop, but it is easier said than done. What's he thinking now, Cam, the senior? You know, he's got the monkey off his back of ATT, but this is the senior. One chance a year, you know, 8 chances to win a solo.
He's focused right now. Davey Todd will just be focusing on catching that factory Honda in front of him and disposing of Dean Harrison as quickly as he can.
Yeah, doesn't want to get caught in any issues. It's mechanicals or traffic now, the things which are going to take him out. It surely doesn't need to push too hard. Here comes Brooks.
Oh, look at that BMW breathing fire.
Brilliant stuff, me and Cam. We still get excited by it. We still love it. This is Keppelgate, and Todd's still trying to find a way past Harrison in front, past Kate's next, and then it's the run down to the Craig. Surely that's the place to do it, Cam.
Yep, he'll want to get a good run on the drive out of Kate's, up the inside into the Craig. Look at the sun. Sun sets on the senior TT. Sun sets on TT 2024. These riders have ridden countless laps of this 37 3/4 mile course over the last 2 laps, and it's all come down to this. Just over 1 lap left to see who will take the senior trophy.
Brilliant stuff from Davey Todd. A lovely pass on Harrison in front of an incredible crowd who have surely enjoyed this. And Brooks looking to take that podium. He leans it in to the right-hander.
Will he get a pit board on the way out of this turn? No. Some of the competitors do. It's interesting the different spots where riders will get a signal to ride on board with James Hillier also having a brilliant ride, currently back in 4th position.
He's coming towards the end of this one. 1 lap to go.
I'm just waiting for the helicopters above my head. I can hear a bit of a buzz coming. Here we go. This is your last flight back for this year. I nearly swore then. I can't stand this much longer. Let's hope he brings that big mullet of his back home first. Back to you, mate.
Well, Steve Plater can relax, because the next time they come past here, it'll be the checkered flag on the senior TT. Can Todd do it? We are on the final lap of the Milwaukee Senior TT, and this man for the Milwaukee BMW squad leads the race by a huge 41.1 second margin at Glen Helen. Cameron, he's more than doubled his lead on lap 3.
Well, it doesn't seem to be slowing him down, pushing on hard. Look at the crowd just waving these riders on, help carrying them through that final lap. They'll be digging deep, they'll be using all the last energy and the last adrenaline they've got in their systems in this final lap.
Incredible stuff. 2 weeks of brilliant action on this island. You've never been, you must get across and experience it in person. You just saw Josh Brooks in P2. This is, of course, John McGuinness. He's 5th at the moment. In no man's land, he's some 30 seconds behind Hillier, and he's 1:20 up on Ian Hutchins. And Ian P6, actually. That's going well for Hutchie. Not the pace he would want, but good to see him finishing races after missing last year.
James Hillier, Davey Todd, he's our man over Black Bridge for the final time. His mind now will be racing back and forth. He'll be thinking about the next section of the course. He'll be thinking about the possibility of standing on that top step of the podium. His mind will be racing.
Nathan Harrison. And then we've got Mike Brown and Michael Rutter as well.
The master and the apprentice.
And here is Todd. Oh, backing it in. I tell you what, he's still pushing. He's obviously feeling really comfortable, Cam. Look, the lead's gone up to 43. He is still taking time out of people with literally 13 miles to go.
Sometimes the best way to stay focused is to continue to push. All too often riders get a large gap, they back off, and that's when they make an unforced error.
They lose their concentration.
Josh Brooks continues to just edge a little bit more out over Dean Harrison. Harrison is safe over Hillier. So the top three, all pretty safe for their podium position, but this is the toughest course in the world, and there will be a little bit of Todd. Yeah,
elbow down, showboating on the last lap, elbow down. That's incredible. Davey Todd, I think you could almost see him smiling through that dark tinted arrow visor.
I was just going to say that surely by now he's taking it easy, but he just is not, is he? It's a massive, massive lead for this guy. It's an incredible performance. I say, just took that TT win the other day. He had to fight for that as well, which I think made it a better win, didn't it? He wasn't gifted it, he won it on the road. He fought for it, and this is going to be probably, I think it's going to be the biggest result of his entire career.
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt. Mike Brown. I love listening to that Aprilia, that V4. Sean Anderson now in tow, and Michael Rutter in between them.
And Nathan Harrison coming through. So good to see a Maxman on a factory Honda.
Yeah, absolutely. And just PBs, lap times and race positions. Look at the crowd just waving Davey Todd on as the miles count down. This is a sensational moment for this rider.
Look at it, look at it. P1 plus 42, lap 0. You are nearly there, and this is a popular win. The hedges are lined with people who love Todd. He's a young guy, and he's overturning the TT establishment.
Oh, Josh Brooks on the front wheel, then backing it in to Craig Navarre's turn on the last lap. This is without doubt the strongest finish Josh Brooks has ever had at the TT.
Davey Todd comes down to the final yards of 37.73 miles, lapped so many times over these last couple of weeks. He came here looking to join the Big Four. He beat the two biggest names on the entry list in Hickman and Dunlop to take the Superstock race. And now he's going to come down over the line. His second ever TT win is the big one. It's a wheelie over the line for Todd as he takes the
Whoa, what a wheelie.
2024.
Oh, taking it in style with the stand-up wheel stand. Cross the line into a...
Ooh, does a stoppie.
That's a proper one, a massive stoppie on the way into the return road. Here comes Harrison. He's going to pick up P3 so regularly on the podium here. And now comes the smoke. Look at the fans, the phones are out. This is the moment for them. Todd has won the senior in 2024. That tyre's going in the bin. Brilliant.
And Davey Todd's name's going on to the biggest trophy in motorcycle racing.
It is Todd who takes the senior TT. The Australian Josh Brooks gets a brilliant P2. And Dean Harrison finishes third.
I felt comfortable battling for the lead there with Hickey. I didn't know if it was with Hickey or Michael, but felt like I rode real steady on lap 1 and 2. I tried to save a bit for 3 and 4 because I knew we had a bit of a better lap in the tank, really. So we just started saving it and ended up coming into the pits, and sure enough, we're in P1 with that big gap. Those last 2 laps were the longest 2 laps of my life. Honestly, riding around there, short shifting, nursing the bike, but the Milwaukee BMW team have built me a fantastic machine there. Absolutely love riding it, never missed a beat. The best of pit stops. I've got to give it up to the team this one. We'll keep working. Those boys are fast. Michael's fast. I'm not sure what went wrong with him there. Hickey went down. I hope he's all right. I've heard he is. I heard he is all right. So, yeah, I can't wait till next year already. I honestly can't wait. I can't believe we've got 12 months to come back here again. Absolutely love this TT. We've had an absolutely mental one weather-wise, but this is going to take a while to sink in. This is a dream come true, this TT for me.
Honestly, I've had a traumatic week. I knew the Superbike would be my best class. Strangely, with the smaller categories, I just can't seem to get it all to come together. But on the big bike, which I normally ride every weekend in the British Championship, I just feel at home on it. It's like my bike, and I feel like I can ride my way on that bike. And so I knew the Superbike and the Senior were going to be my best chance. And the Superbike, the chain broke, so I was devastated by that. And it's just been a traumatic week of problems. So that I wasn't expecting to be on the podium this week. So second is like, I don't know, I feel like I've won it. It's unreal, honestly. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people obviously went out, but that's how it is at TT. You gotta take it when you can get them. So I'm thrilled. Honestly, I'm so thrilled.
I think we did well to get third out of that, to be honest. So no, I'm happy with that to say the week we've had. So no, it's good. So then, massive thanks everyone at Honda for trying obviously the hardest all week. We've tried all sorts of the bike and with all the little issues we've had. So no, fair play to everybody.
And how would you summarise your first TT as a factory Honda rider?
We've had, 4 podiums, 3 thirds and a second, so no, it's nice. Obviously the potential is massive of the bike, of both bikes, or 3 bikes, sorry. So hopefully we can build on that from now, really. But no, I'm happy to be honest as a whole. It's been a good week.
A fitting finish to a truly memorable TT 2024. David Todd's debut success in the senior, marking Taz Racing's first since Adrian Archibald